whoever I'm speaking to, you have, what do I call it? An indirect, I don't want to call it an opposition, but I'll say you got somebody indirectly trying to measure up. They're going against you. They're bucking up against you in a way that's they're trying to be classy about it, but they're the nice nasty ratchet as I can articulate it. But I'm trying to shuffle these cards, and you got the Lovers and you have the High Priestess. So that is your authenticity. You stop a lot of foolery at the door, and someone else is in your they've integrated into your space. Your space is their space, and their space is your space. Like y'all besties, like in each other's space. Cool. They know when somebody's trying to buck up against you. So in this scenario, you have a woman, or it could be a man. Take it how it resonates. But this woman was supposed to be like, there's a man who has multiple women, okay, who may have been seeing multiple women. When you're dating, you have multiple everybody. So there's a mutual friend. There's two men, two women, and the second guy is a mutual friend to the man and the woman, and the woman is just friends with the guy that's being targeted, right? The guy that's being targeted because he chose the woman, the other woman, okay? And this woman is trying to get a reaction. So the second guy is probing this woman to get a reaction out of the guy, so he can natural reflex. So it has to be something drastic. Like, so you get, say for example, if a woman hit a man in the groin, that he might take a knee for a second, or you go to grab him or something, that he's out of reflex, he push you. You see what I'm saying? Are you trying to justify domestic violence? No, I'm trying to make a point that is that kind of serious for somebody to break apart this man and his woman. So he's using one of the women this man could have been dating, and he's telling her to start a fight with this man to get a reaction, to paint this man in a bad light, because it's already been attempted. The woman he chose, they already tried to drown her character or assassinate her character. It didn't work. So now he's trying to use this man against this woman. Needless to say, it's not going to work, because you got the High Priestess and the Lovers. They on it like thick as thieves. They don't care, okay? They see it, but they don't care. This woman makes her way to the woman he chose. So this is the woman he could have been dating both of them or friends with both of them. At one point, he ended up choosing one of them. The one that didn't get chosen is the one who picked the fight. So he picked the fight. She gets the reaction she's looking for, and she goes and tries to manipulate it. She finds her way to the woman he chose, and the woman he chose instantly reads the room about what type of time this person's on. Never met this woman a day of her life, but she's making friends with her out in City Hall traffic. So you could be in any public space. Maybe the woman I don't see the woman coming to our house if they don't know each other. It doesn't make sense for you to be in somebody's house, for the most part. So they're in some space, say a public space where women can join forces and be companions, whether they know each other or not. So like a hair salon or a spa or something like that. You don't go in there to socialize too much, but you make friends every once in a blue moon. You might say, hey girl, I like your hair, I like your legs. Something like that. Okay, you keep it moving. I don't know. I kill for your breast. That type of thing, where it's a high self-esteem space where women just come to feel beautiful. This woman tries to show the woman he chose a mark or something. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, she did something to probe a natural reflex. It has to be something drastic to probe a natural reflex like that. And she's trying to make it to where this woman is turned off from the man, because she really just wants the man. She wants the man, and she's using the mutual friend that the man she wants is also a mutual friend of the woman he chose, right? So he knows both of them. So they on a precipice to break them up, because they want the man, the mutual friend, the guy wants the woman and she wants the man. Am I making sense? We're going to keep going. She goes to the woman, and the woman, high priestess, lovers, the one that's chosen, looks at the woman and says, what happened to you, so to speak? Naturally, natural empathy and compassion. And she attempts to make it like this person's a monster. And she said, oh no, you're crazy. That could never be that person's. That is an impossibility. That is not that person's character. So it's an instant backfire. And she also gives this woman a pearl of wisdom. Like, if you ever approach me again and he catches wind that you approach me again, there's not going to be a next time. Okay? Because you're flying on a big hate. First of all, that is a terroristic threat too. But the woman's flying on a big hate because the man didn't choose her, which would normally not be a big deal. But maybe the woman caught feelings somewhere along the lines, right? But the man cares about this woman so much that if he found out somebody was trying to attack her or attack him through her or try to segregate, it would be massive consequences. So it could be mobsters, this could be like thugs, this could be people who mind their business, so to speak, with no witnesses. This woman attempted to distort a soulmate, and both of these were in the reverse before I shuffled. But this is the woman he chose. This is what she looked like. I mean, obviously that's not what she looked like, but she looks exotic like that. She walks on the beat of her own drum. Like, this gives me Pisces energy. It looked like think of Erykah Badu, like how she's just very different, and she owns her power. And they call her all kinds of witches for it, but she really just owns her power. See, you see what I'm saying? It would mess this masculine up. This King of Pentacles and this Emperor came out, but this Emperor came out in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. That would distort the emotional well-being of this Emperor. It would distort it if he ever found out. I see. Six of Cups. They want this man to be sad for choosing himself. What it really tells me is these are two people who practice what makes them happy and stop. It's not that they're people pleasers, it's just that they overcame things. It could be old wounds that are no longer have the sting in it, where people can manipulate it to get what they want. And now they're just happy. They're rising high, they're rising above the pain. And they're broadening their horizon, and they did it together. They found companionship in each other, and they just took off into the sunset. Whereas you have people practicing narcissism and other playful banters, playing with people's lives and feelings and things like that. Seven of Wands on the bottom, the naysayers. Okay, because I told you they're not hurting anymore with this Three of Swords in the reverse. And they're not hiding about it neither with the Four of Swords in reverse. They're coming out of retreat. It's time to have fun. It's time to live your life. They're trying to... When you see someone has a higher responsibility or higher accountability, and it's ordained by God, he does that to a lot of people. He does that for a lot of people. You'll see the people who are just serving the purpose of the lessons to help you heal those wounds will start to over-importance themselves in your life, or just over-prioritize themselves in your life, and just have that strong sense of entitlement and start integrating themselves in a space where you never found it a reality to be there leading up to this point. Why are you behaving that way now? And they go out kicking and screaming out of deflated ego and raw pettiness. You two don't care. Okay, the man who's being attacked and the woman who's being attacked. Just so you know, like with the High Priestess, with the Lovers, they are truly tapped in. Like they pay attention. They have foresight or insight. Like they can see things transpiring before it happens. That's God's way of talking to them. And they both have that way about them. So they read the room. They know how to stay out of trouble a lot. Needless to say, They're going to, it's like these are two world travelers, otherworldly people. I see it like that. I see it like if they're the horse, this is the woman is riding on the man like a horse. And it could be explicit physically as well. But like taking a bull by the horns. Like they're fearless. They are enchanting. Deeply, people get enthralled in them. People get attached and start to treat them like possession or ownership. And they took sole proprietorship over their own life. Okay? Let me see. They don't even have pictures of each other. I don't think they have pictures of each other. They just know each other spiritually. And they cross paths every so often. Oh no. Like it's a real euphoria, and there's less confusion with this Two of Swords in the reverse. So you got all your swords are in reverse. So you're not met with any internal challenges. These people are really happy. You got 2, 3, and 4 in reverse. They're not for the okie doke. They're not beat. Okay? And they're taking off fast. With the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, they're taking off fast. Whatever they do, they're taking off fast. They network with each other. It's hard doing business with strangers. That's what I get with the Six of Cups. You think about it, you cut the cups in half, it's 3 and 3. That's social networking. They network with each other. They're like fist pounding each other as two entrepreneurs who can set themselves up to be successful. I like it. I like these people. Look, and they're direct through all the nonsense in the City Hall traffic. They found each other, and they're direct with each other, direct correlation with each other. Since they're bossy like that, let's see. Both of them. It's not a lot of people who are going to like these two people together because they have a new mindset and new results. That's why. Because they elevated their mindset if they wanted to get very different results. And if they keep thinking, and if they would have kept up thinking and acting the same way, nothing would have changed. We need to do something. We have to manage time better. They delegate or outsource tasks that drain their energy. And that's what all these knuckleheads over here are doing. It's just doing just that. They spend their time together, and when they have to be separate, it's because they have other priorities. And then they go right back to each other with that Six of Cups. They elevated each other's mindset, or really what it feels like to me is reminder, benefits, and believer when you put these together. That time is very short. You're not going to waste it on people who act like they have their self together, but really just want to be there. They're eccentric over these two rock stars. How I say it like that is because these two people have their own rhythm. These two people are very close, like these two, like this picture right here. These two people understand the assignment. And they have their own authority. They did their own bidding. They put their own blood, sweat, and equity into what they've accomplished. They didn't have no game. They didn't use no pitch or anything like that. This is a sales funnel. Like, create a dynamic customer experience that nurtures prospects to becoming paying clients. These are two players. Especially with the lovers here, they're both witty. So they both could have been former players. You see what I'm saying? And they just love each other. They're just friends with each other. That's what I think. But what do I know? They stand out like they're two walking brands, two personal brands, list ways to bring out what makes you extraordinary so you stand out from a crowd. You didn't have to do much. You didn't work. You do your own work. You do your own dress bidding. But you are your own person. You master how you handle your thoughts and emotional on a daily basis as a successful entrepreneur. You don't trip about nothing. He likes how you take time to refresh and regroup and You put some of that energy back into yourself. Sometimes you need to slow down and get out of the overwhelm. I feel like he wants you to write a book. Or he might write you letters and you'll publish it as a book. That's your bite back. I see a lot of feistiness here because if you think about it, if you're being attacked, I don't mean like viciously attacked, but it's vicious that people want to do that when they don't want to mind their own. They want to discredit or just ride other people's coattails, so to speak. You starting that book you always wanted to write, and you wanted it to be a certain way, like it's neurotic and full of life and laughter. You're going to end up writing a book about y'all, you and this person, the lovers. That makes, look, I feel like your income, your passive income is tied in each other. It don't get more authentic than that because this is happening in real time, in real life. Okay, so you publishing straight facts with the permission of each other, and y'all share the residuals, the passive income. Y'all both share it. People feel like you owe them something with the giving back. They want you to donate more to your community, or want to start making hasty demands about the community is this and that. Y'all don't never come back to your hood and build money trees. Y'all go out there in that Hollywood life and y'all forget where you came from and all this kind of nonsense. Well, guess what? You're hiring a publicist to clean up anybody who wants to embarrass your name or spit on your name because they were jealous. They didn't make any kind of contribution. You wasn't in a gym when I was practicing my jump shots. Why do you need to be here now that I got an NBA contract? You see what I'm saying? They were very unaligned, okay? And you stayed down through your core value and your visions. You could have lost your house. You could have lost a lot of people along the way. You could have lost a lot of things, okay? With the missing masses to the conglomerate because it just wasn't aligned. Okay, those people who just wasn't aligned, and they were like on a euphoria about trials and tribulations that you went through, and you found a muse out of all of it, taking time away from the daily hustle. It doesn't feel like a hustle even though you are a hustler, but look where you live. Look where you live. No matter what's happening, you live where the beach is, where the pools and the trees is. They are your passive income too, and it's nothing you can't conquer. You see what I'm saying? You develop ways. You turned your pain into triumph in so many ways of passive income. And so many different things this card says about ways, developing ways to have income. You make money in your sleep. You and this person about to make money in your sleep. So you don't have to work so hard. And it literally says that. Earn some income while you sleep. I'm just saying. I'm just talking while I'm holding the cards. But these people are crying. They salty. And then why is it? These two cards came back to back before. The melancholy. The people are losing their minds over your success. You got people stressing over how you pick yourself up by your boots. And you just keep right on going and you never look back because you understand you didn't attack them back. You stay focused to your core values because you had the strength to overcome a lot of challenges through your emotional to help establish a path to emotional and financial freedom, and that's what makes you unstoppable. Okay, now their muse. You've been their muse the whole damn time. If they, raining on your parade, or trying to rain on your parade to get your attention. Okay. I don't see the point. There's just very petty people who just want your attention because they didn't play it right when they had access to you the first time. And you always knew the truth about them. They thought you walking away was maybe a sign of weakness. But when you walked away quietly, it's because you already had the drop on what they were doing with the sales funnel. They were trying to gaslight you, or could be running game on you to mock at you, to dish soliloquies in your face while you're standing there. And they thought you didn't catch that, but you did. Based on how you moved in silence, something like an instinct in them could have went off, but they didn't connect the dots that she knows or he knows, so they moved accordingly. They just wanted you to stay stuck with the Eight of Cups in reverse. And they wanted you to juggle. They wanted to make all kinds of monkey wrenches in there with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. See, these are little pebbles, and you just stepped over it with your tennis sneakers on, like she has tennis sneakers on. So lightweight jogging through the trials and tribulations, and they wanted you to stay stuck. Kudos to them. They get donkey of the day. You see what I'm saying? They want to make all these cries, these outcries, because their money dried up, or how they've been getting their money the lazy way has dried up, and they want to target you now. Or they want to target y'all now. You're going to have a lot of needy people coming out of the woodworks with a sales funnel to create passive income, to make you the money machine, the ATM machine, you or your person, to fund their lazy lifestyle, while they're in the same breath talking smack or just discrediting your name. They're not the ones that get up and do it. They don't master their emotions. They don't master themselves. So how are they going to stand out? You see what I'm saying? Like, you're the it person, you're the it man, you're the it girl, and you're aligned with each other, and it works. And y'all made yourself a personal brand, or whatever you love about each other, you make it a brand. It's not like everything is for sale. It's just that you're not for free. You don't work for free. So if people love you and they're paying attention to you, they got to pay you to watch you. That's not selling yourself for a price. That's just smart. That's just self-respect. That's just self-love. Like, if you're that good at it, we might as well not do it for free. You might as well pay me for it, because you're going to keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you weren't doing anything that sticks out, they wouldn't have any reason to hate on you, if that makes sense. So if it resonates, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.